Hey, I'm hanging around people that's keeping the precepts. Right. I'm not hanging around damn Tony and Big T, man. Right? I'm like, what? Hey, I'm hanging around people that's keeping the precepts. Right. I'm not hanging around damn Tony and Big T, man. Right? What do you think is going to happen? I'm going to end up going in the world and doing things to get me put to death. Right. Hey, it's crunch time, sister. Right. It's fourth quarter right now. Right. It's literally 3 seconds left on the clock. That's right. You have World War III that can happen literally any second, man. Right? You have the empty shelves, the stores are shut down. Right. You have a global famine. You have the spiritual famine of the word coming. So we have this much time to get right. Either we all in right now, empty shelves, the stores are. It's fourth quarter right now. Right. It's literally 3 seconds left on the clock. That's right. You have World War III that can happen literally any second, man. Right? You have the empty shelves, the stores are shut down. Right. You have a global famine. You have the spiritual famine of the word coming. So we have this much time to get right. Right? You have the empty shelves, the stores are shut down. Right. You have a global famine. You have the empty shelves. It's fourth quarter right now. Right. It's literally 3 seconds left on the clock. That's right. You have World War III that can happen literally any second, man.
Call on like how about Shmel Shai, Wahawadash. It's Iraq 27:7. Praise no man before thou hearest him speak, for this is the trial of men. Call on like how about Shmel Shai, Wahawadash, the honest to the hopefully like elder apostle slave to be saved, Lord willing, start it be those, starting with those at the Great Millstone Church, to the brothers here at this congregation, Shalom, that's giving diligence, to the brothers, my brothers in general, you elder brothers, the elder brothers teaching this truth also, on down to the younger brothers, you younger brothers teaching this truth also, in all true faith and sincerity, Shalom, to the rest of the believers, you men, women, and children of the Israelite race, Shalom, ultimately to the elect, those that are about to go on and be found to have been of the house of David. So, this just, I was led to this video by the Spirit, and obviously, being a spiritual man, they say the spiritual man judgeth all things, yet he himself is judge of no man. And so I basically say that to say, of course, I'm going to be picking through it, seeing what's right, seeing what's off, discerning, you know what I'm saying? And obviously, we those probably watching this video, you know who this is. It's WW3, one formerly known as the Adam Abbott congregation, which is just the name of the channel, I believe, some years back. But yeah, it's the brother Naquan, and pretty much he said he was doing his usual, and calling a bunch of precepts. He got a real good memory. Lord gave him a real good memory. And he goes into the scriptures well, and for what he's doing, he's bearing fruit. Now, that's spiritual, because when you jump up to this previous verse, this Iraq 27:6, it say the fruit declare it, the fruit, right? The byproduct of, the word being planted, or some occupation being taken up, some work being put in. The fruit, the byproduct of a labor, right? The fruit declare it in this regard, which will be him. The fruit in this regard was, or the byproduct of his labor would be these men, the byproduct of him being in this ministry, basically, him knowing his word and, teaching it and etc. Right? So the fruit declare it if the tree have been dressed, which we know the tree is going into men, which he would be, right? It says, if the tree have been dressed, so is the utterance of a conceit in the heart of man, right? So basically we could tell who you are. The scriptures say, you know, man, you know them by their fruits. You know, so if I tell you, he know he a Hebrew Israelite, he subscribed to the 1611, you know, in its entirety, KJV, Apocrypha included, obviously is what I'm, you know, getting at. You know, he's not Negro only. You know what I'm saying? He puts the names Yahweh Bashmial Shai, you know, and he understands that, you know, we're gonna be saved by faith, you know, and he pushes for us to keep the commandments, right? With that, would you see that in this? Would you see the byproduct of that in this? Because if yes or no, that's the point. You know, the fruit declared that the tree have been dressed. If no, he ain't been dressed. You know, let's just keep really cut to the point. It say, praise no man before thou hearest him speak, for this is the trial of man, which is the number one fruit, the fruit of the lips. You know, it told us that John, if a man don't bring this doctrine into his house, your house, don't bid him Godspeed. Which I'll get that real quick. This is 1 John. If any man come into this house and bring not, I'm gonna get this one too. This is spirit. 1 John 4. I was, you know, holding that in my head. Okay. Let's see. 2 John 1:10. It says, if there come any unto you, right? Any Israelite, so-called Black, Latino, Native American, Indian, man or woman, right? If there come any unto you and bring not this doctrine, receive him not into your house, neither bid him Godspeed. So it's a particular doctrine that has to be had in order to be accepted. You know, basically it's a correct, it's a correct teaching that an Israelite is to have in order to be, you know, dealt with or, you know, deemed good. And he don't have it. This dude don't got it, man. You know, because you heard all the things he said, you know, which points to us being at the end. And one of them, the main thing he didn't say was the mark of the beast. Now, that could have been for whatever reason, right? And I can say this because they don't subscribe to the mark of the beast. They don't subscribe to the RFID chip being the mark of the beast. So that's and they said this out of their own mouth. Men that used to be amongst them, you know, that when he first got started, before it got this big, they had logos and all this. You know, it was men that was with him. You know, and they were teaching and pushing that, you know, basically, it's not an RFID chip. They laughed at that. And that's the fruit of their lips. So once again, that declared if that tree had been dressed with what? The right doctrine, man. Because the doctrine is the dress code, the correct doctrine. It is the wedding garment. It's all of that. You know? The correct doctrine is the fruit, which will be known upon a man speaking. When a man opens his mouth. You know? He don't got that, you know, that's the fruit. That's to be the fruit. You know, this some strange fruit, man. You know, a lot of men got GMO fruit. You know, GMO spiritual fruit. So let me read that one more time. If there come any unto you and bring not this doctrine, receive him not into your house, neither bid him Godspeed, for he that biddeth him Godspeed is a partaker of his evil deeds. Yeah, he doing bad. He talking about her going off and he going off. I'm gonna hit play on this.
Around damn Tony. And of them that keep my precepts. And of them that what? That keep my precepts. Hey, I'm hanging around people that's keeping the precepts. Right. I'm not hanging around damn Tony and Big T, man. right?
And that's off right there. Ultimately, it's supposed to be those that have the old doctrine. Now, keeping the precepts, is definitely a part of the doctrine. The ones that obviously we can keep. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of the doctrine, but that's not the doctrine, keeping the precepts. Right? You go into that word doctrine, it's a teaching.
But I mean, what do you think is going to happen? I'm going to end up going off.
But this is all right. This is all correct, he's saying. No issues here. Let me rewind it. I'll shut up.
Hanging around people that's keeping the precepts. Right. I'm not hanging around damn Tony and Big T, man. Right? But I mean, what do you think is going to happen? I'm going to end up going off, going in the world, and doing things to get me put to death. Right. Hey, it's crunch time, sister. It's fourth quarter right now. Right. I mean, it's literally 3 seconds left on the clock. That's right. You have World War III that can happen literally any second, man. Right? You have the empty shelves. The stores are shut down. Right. You have a global famine. You have the spiritual famine of the word coming. So we have this much time to get right. Either we all in right now, we make that decision.
Now, where's the mark of the beast at? Which is important because you can't have this part that he said until
it's fourth quarter right now. Right. I mean, it's literally 3 seconds left on the clock. That's right. You have World War III that can happen literally any second, man. Right? You have the empty shelves. The stores are shut down.
See, that's off. That's what's off. That's the problem with this. Ain't no World War III gonna happen at any moment. That's not how this work. So that's why you can't. This was exactly why this is said. Let me read it one more time. 2 John 1:10. If there come any unto you and bring not this doctrine, receive him. This was brought before me. He was brought before me. Him and these men. Bring not this doctrine, which we're gonna get into that being a part of the doctrine, that mark of the beast. And it's the RFID chip, which we know. You're not gonna break that down, because it's been broken down. I'm gonna do what the Lord gonna have me do. How about Shemel Shai? But I'm just saying, it says, receive him not into your house, neither bid him Godspeed. For he that biddeth him Godspeed is partaker of his evil deeds. Because if he not bringing this doctrine, the whole roll, if you don't got the whole roll, you're gonna go off. So somebody that's not preaching this doctrine, right? For instance, he's saying the mark of the beast ain't the RFID chip. So you can't bid this dude Godspeed. You can't be around him. Cause he'll be the reason why you will get the damn mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip. See that? So this is heavy. Let me go ahead and go back. This is 1 John 4:1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of. Don't say God, it's Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. You see, because even those that have the names. It says, beloved, believe not every spirit. You can't believe every, because once again, this whole, really, the Lord is concerned with those that's awakened. So these messages is to those that's awakened, And then you got, we got wisdom on how to deal with those that's not awakened of our people, our so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, to the fact of them being Israelites. This is to the church dealing with those that supposedly, trying to, get eternal life, if you will, right? Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of God. Why? Because you got counterfeits. This is why. Because many false prophets are gone out into the world. You see that? So you got to try the spirit. Trying the spirit to be like, okay, do you believe, what's the mark? You believe in the mark of the beast? Because this is the first red flag. You see Israelites with fringes on their t-shirts. They probably doing some upstart stuff, Or, because you got men that's been like that for years. They probably ain't growing. And it's been brought out that, that Jake had that pretty much, because there ain't no new thing under the sun, but Jake had that tendency in the ancient time. Jake would, be low level in their garment and their apparel, if you will, versus, the garments. But really, we supposed to be wearing garments, man. If we believe in Yahweh Shemi Shai, Yahweh Shemi Shai wears a garment down to the foot, man. But that's one sign. You could try the spirit off of that. They ain't teaching with no garment on, but they got a t-shirt on with fringes. Reason why you prove that, you examine that, because it's a couple reasons, which I already said. One of them, which is they upstarts, and if you're an upstart, meaning you a novice, you a beginner, right? You just came out of the world. And the second reason is because, which is for them, why they will possibly be wearing the fringes on their t-shirts and teaching like that, right? Is because they're still straddling the fist. They still conform to the image of this world. You know, the idea of a t-shirt. So that's one flag. But you can have those that could have a t-shirt with the fringes and they could be on their way out of that. And they understand everything. They just got to bring it all the way home. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, it's about the if they teaching the doctrine, you know, period. Try the spirits. Hey, shalom, sis. Shalom. Off top. Shalom, brother. Israel, Ahaya Yeshai. No, it's not. That's not of the Most High. Ahaya Yeshai ain't bringing the end of the world right now. It's Yahweh Bashmi Shai, and all Jake gonna come to learn this. All right, but the main thing is right now, you know what the mark of the beast is? What do you say the mark of the beast is? You know, they don't know that. And they prophesying, that's a false prophet, man. You know? More chances are that's a false prophet. Okay? So anyway, let me go ahead and jump back, because I don't want to keep this going. You know? I'm gonna get this in Matthew. You're not gonna have no dang World War III breakout at any moment. This is Matthew 20:24 and 4. Beautiful. This is how Yahushua said the end of the world will come. This is verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming, which is the ultimate prophecy, Yahushua returning, and of the end of the world, right? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. Let me lay this out here. Why? Because there's going to be false prophets out here. This man deceiving you, man. Let me rewind this.
Well, I mean, what do you think is going to happen? I'm going to end up going in the world and doing things to get me put to death. Right. Hey, it's crunch time, sister.
That's all good. That was good talk right there. That's good. But that's the issue.
Fourth quarter right now. Right. I mean, it's literally 3 seconds left on the clock. That's right.
Basically.
World War III that can happen literally any second, man. Right? You have to.
No. Off. If he's a true prophet, he'll understand that. That's so off. This is Matthew 24 and 3 and 4. It says, so Yahushua said, I'm going to read that 3 again. It says, let me read 4. And let me just read through. It says, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. World War III is not going to, for many, it's not going to happen at any moment, because you got a prophecy before that prophecy in order to, that has to happen, which is the implementing of the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, which is being set up right now by the elites. Period. World War III is going to happen after that, according to the scriptures. And even if they didn't subscribe to the RFID chip being the mark of the beast, they should know, according to the scriptures, well, the mark of the beast will come first. But they in their head, they probably think he probably won't mention the mark of the beast, because what he has doesn't make sense. So you just basically diminish the word, basically. You can't speak on it. Because what their answer is, the mark of the beast is basically a philosophy. It's we're living, but that shit don't make no sense. Man. The mark of the beast is the embargo. It's a philosophy. It's in your right hand representing your actions, and it's in your forehead represent your thoughts. That's not no. It's a badge of servitude. But anyway, so you have to have the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip, implemented before World War III can happen. So ain't no World War III breaking out at any moment. Why he calling all these precepts? And it ain't to shun him on that, because you could just have a moment where the brother slip up. But I know he going off more than likely because they don't subscribe to the RFID chip being the mark of the beast. So this is Matthew 24:5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars through false prophets. Most of the false prophets Yahweh Bashar Shah was talking about is niggas at the barbershop, is niggas at home on the couch, is the niggas calling your phone, you know, it's the niggas that ain't calling your phone and that's calling each other, that's calling other niggas, and they talking about what's going on with Ukraine. It's niggas at these jobs. Those are all false prophets, because they speaking on prophecy and they not sent, and then on top of that, you know, they have no clue what they're talking about. That's a false prophet. You can't speak on World War III, which is a major prophecy of the Creator, Yahweh Bashar Shah, our Heavenly Father, in the name of His Son, Yahweh Shai. You know, you can't just speak on that and be sitting up here giving information on that, and you ain't a prophet. That make you a false prophet, and it's a confirmed when you go to hell off on you know, informing about it. So he'd be a false prophet. World War III can break out at any second. No. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Yeah, through the propaganda pushed by Esau, so-called white man, and these false prophets, these regular people out here, the sheeple. See that ye be not troubled. You see? For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation. Yeah, it's gonna happen. And kingdom against kingdom. Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna be a brewing. You gotta brew and stir something up before, you know, the meal is served. That's what's taking place right now, the brewing and the stirring. It's not ready yet, though. It says, and there shall be famines and pestilences. That was right. And earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. This is going to get way worse. Now, that's going into what? World War III, verses 6 and 7. Rumors of war. World War III. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of war. World War III. Why? Because World War I and World War II has already happened. When you go to Revelation 11 and 16, it tells us this. It says, 11 and 14, Salakia. It says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. See, the third woe cometh quickly. That's talking about World War III. The second woe, World War II, has already happened, and World War I is recorded in this too. You know? Scriptures go into that. I'll get it real quick. This is Revelation 11 and 14. Nope. 9 and 12. One woe is past. See, one woe is past. And behold, there come two woes more hereafter. Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe is past. Meaning what? Destruction. World War I and World War II. So World War II, is, according to the scriptures, has already happened. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Right? There it is, man. Now, what we're going to do is now, before that World War III can happen, look, Revelation 13 and 16, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. You see? So there it is. So this is a prophecy that's going to happen. This is going to be this mark that's going to be implemented to the point, basically, you ain't going to be able to buy or sell unless you got it. It's basically going to be the new fiat. The new fiat is going to be the new currency. They're going to get rid of the FRN, which we see right now. The dollar's losing all its value right now because of the elite, the global elite, the international banking families, through these puppets, they're gonna push, like Joe Biden, they're gonna push out, and Joe Biden, he just signed a crypto, executive order dealing with the cryptocurrency, as far as, how companies allow it to be used because they supposedly scared of Russia being able to maneuver through the bands due to the digital currency. But the whole point of mentioning that digital currency, paperless currency talks is more on the rise. They just renamed the Staples Center Crypto Arena, man, where the Lakers play and the Clippers. You see? So you're not going to be able to buy or sell without having this mark. This mark is going to be a mark. It's going to be basically digital money. It's going to be able to deal digitally, but it's going to be physically put in you. Like when you take your credit card and you could put it up against a bank scanner without having to slide your card in at the ATM. You could just, that's digital, but it's still physical. Basically, they're going to put that in you, but it's going to be the size of the RFID chip is the size of a grain of rice. And you look that word markup is karagma, which means an etching or a stamp or a badge of servitude. It's a badge physical, So that's what they're getting ready to do. Now, that's going to happen, right? And obviously it ain't happened yet, right? And people walking around with it already, but it hasn't been mandatory. Because when you read it, say he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the number or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So pretty much, that's force. That's a law. That's implementation. Now, this is where we're gonna close out. This is Revelation 14. And to show, okay, that's gonna happen, and it obviously hasn't happened yet. And the issue in what he said, which is World War III could break out at any moment, not before this happens. This has to happen first. Now watch this. This is listen to this. This is Revelation 14:9. And the third angel followed him, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, the beast going into NATO. NATO and the EU, which is a coalition of countries against Yahweh Bashmi Shah, the Heavenly Father. Heathens, led by the so-called white man, Esau, right? That's basically the sugar daddies of America, if you will, right? And his image, meaning the lifestyle, the lifestyle of this beast system, which is ultimately Esau's lifestyle. It says, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. So this is the angel addressing. If any man worship the beast in the image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. You see, and the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they shall look. See that? But that's gonna be, and how's that gonna be brought? What do you think World War III is gonna be? It's gonna result in nuclear fire. It's gonna result in fire, hence the lake of fire through that nuclear devastation. See that? So this gotta happen first. This triggers that, this sets that up. So World War III breaking out at any moment. This shit, that's why the Lord says it's gonna be rumors. This stuff ain't nothing but rumors, man. It don't matter Ukraine getting took over. It don't matter. It don't matter. The only thing that's gonna play out is what the scriptures say. That's why we comforted. We're gonna see who true or false. Him or what I'm saying. But anyway, this Revelation 14:11, what we seeing, the true prophets. It says in the smoke, and that's the spirit, because I don't even proclaim myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, Yahweh Shema Shah gonna reveal. Let somebody else say it. It says, "And the smoke of the term of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day or night who worship the beast and his image, or whosoever receiveth the mark of his name." See that? So it ain't no World War III breaking out in any moment until this, unless this happens, which is how you get that fire. And you can read about that. I'll close out here. Isaiah 34:10. This is going into what? Pretty much this is going into World War III, right? I'll start at 5. This is Isaiah 34:5. I'm gonna start at 4. It says, "And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and as their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, as a fallen fig from the tree," going to those nukes. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. That's dealing with the nuclear missiles. That's the World War III. The sword of the Lord Yahweh Bashmal Shah is filled with blood, and it is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord Yahweh Bashmal Shah has a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea, which is a chief place. When you go back into the ancient history of the Edomites, that's the chief city of the Edomites. So wherever the chief city of Edomites is at, that's what will be Basra. Basically, wherever they at is Basra, damn near, But this is going into America, man, and this is gonna be their punishment, and not only their punishment, but the punishment of all those that received the mark. See? And their punishment for issuing the mark out. Because he's that man. That so-called white man's going to issue it out. He calls it all. He's the he. The so-called white man's the he. And the unicorn shall come down with them. And the bullocks with the bulls. And their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of Yahweh Bashmal Shah's revenge, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, which they out here pushing. They sign and crime, but you got false prophets. That's the heavy part about this. And the land thereof shall become burning pitch. And you got to take heed to this, because they can get you to go off. That's why I say, be not partaker. If any come and bring not this doctrine, don't bid them Godspeed. Because if whoever biddeth him Godspeed, you shall be a partaker of his evil deeds. You got niggas teaching you it's okay to have, knock boots on the Sabbath, all this other shit. It says, "It shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever. From generation to generation, it shall lie waste, through it forever and ever." And that sounds like what? Revelation, the 14th chapter. The smoke of their torment went up before the presence of the angels and the lambs. It shall not be quenched day nor night. The smoke there. This is World War III, man. Well, how the nukes gonna get shot from the militaries that's gonna take place in World War III and shoot those nuclear missiles on America, man? That's how. So what is this dude talking about? But I ain't gonna get mad, because this is how it go. So I'll close here. Revelation 14:9. "And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire, and brimstone, in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb." Yeah, because Yahweh Shai, they're going to come back when World War III pop off, which can't pop off until the mark of the beast is implemented. Reason why they have to come back is so the elect can be beamed up from the nuclear devastation that's about to, befall the earth, but take out America, And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever. See? But this is triggered by the mark of the beast. He didn't mention that. This have to come first. The smoke of their torment comes from the nuclear devastation brought about through World War III, that third woe. And they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. So call halam la Yahweh Shmiel Shai.
These shelves, it's fourth quarter right now. Right. I mean, it's literally 3 seconds left on the clock. That's right. You have World War III that can happen literally any second, man. Right? You have the empty shelves. The stores are shut down. You have a global famine. You have the spiritual famine of the word coming. So we have this much time to get right.
Nope. See that shit off. You leave somebody straight with that, man. You know? That ain't how it's gonna happen. He didn't even mention a mark. That's crazy. Call him like how about Shmiel Shai. Shalom.